G'day guys, Sam from the Cybermen here. Today I'm doing a special video on Invoker. There is a sequence of play right now where you can get a one-turn kill, burn 8 life with almost 0 interaction, and I think it needs to be known. Thanks to Kye Edmondston for pointing this out to me. He came and told me about it and it had a big conversation. It seemed pretty crazy. First of all, I just want to talk about Anniversary Box again. We have some Android 21 support. First is the Negate. It is Restoration. This card is crazy. It's a 1-cost negate the attack, and also when you negate, you can play a Android 16 with energy cost of 2 or less for free. So what you do is use this second card, the Super 17. This guy comes into energy without energy exhaust if your leader's Android 21. So you have a multicolor card and energy already, you negate on turn 1 on your opponent's turn, and then you can play Android 16 for free, ramp, and that means going into turn 2 you already have 2 energy, then you're charging a third. It gets you the ramp really quickly, and then Super 17 plays from energy like Bad Omen does, but when you play him you can play 3 other Android cards from your energy. So you can go with 3 Bad Omens and that will burn 3 life. Which used to be in some stall Android 21 decks, the WinCon, the Bad Omen. Now you can hit 3 of them at once. It's pretty insane. Anyway, cool to see what comes out of that, but let's get down to Invoker. Alright, so let's take a quick look at this Invoker. This is an Invoker deck that won PPG, just as a reference. What you can do with this deck is burn 8 life in 1 turn with only 1 point of interaction, and it's pretty insane. I don't think that that's intended. Not having interaction and being able to burn that much life is pretty crazy. I mean, even with Victory Strike, you can counterplay the cards that help get Victory Strike out. You can counterplay Victory Strike, you can counter the attack of Victory Strike. Both of them can be countered with battle cards, obviously for the second one. You can combo against them, things like that. Whereas this, there's only 1 point of interaction, and that's on the 3-drop Goku. So we'll just play with this deck as an example. Let's skip straight to turn 5, as I'm not going to teach you how to play Invoker. I mean, it's been around for a while, everybody knows. Invoker can last, it can survive for a long time. It's a good stall deck. So let's start on turn 5. You're unawakened, turn 5. You have 5 open energy, as you can see here. We have a Vegeta Invoker on the field. You have 3-drop Goku in hand. Rival Seeker. You have the 6-drop Goku in hand. Not the promo, the standard set one. You have 4 Catastrophic Blows in hand. And you have 1 Senzu Bean in hand. So yes, it is a lot of setup that's needed. You need a lot of cards in hand, but by turn 5 you can really focus your whole game plan on surviving and getting these cards in your hand. So it isn't as hard as decks that try to do a 1-turn kill on turn 1 or 2. This has a lot of planning involved, which is fine because you have all the time you need. So what you do is you tap 3 for the Goku, the 3-drop. So that's your only point of interaction this turn. If they can stop you tapping 3 and getting that 3-drop out, then they can stop this from happening. But if the 3-drop gets out on the field, it's over. So you can't, against things like Sin Shenron, it being blanked can be an issue. But you can use things like, Emperor's Death Beam to get rid of him, things like that. But assuming we get him on the field, you burn 1 with Catastrophic Blow, doing 1 damage. You burn another 1 with Catastrophic Blow, doing another damage. You activate both Catastrophic Blows in the drop to warp them. Then you activate the 3-drop Goku and add them both back to hand. So you've burnt 2 damage and lost no cards. Then you summon the 6-drop on top. Using the effect to switch energies to active, and you still have 4 Catastrophic Blows in your hand because you got the 2 back. And then what we do is you awaken leader to untap energy again. So you've got 4 open energy now. You attack with a card and use Bean to get 5 energy open. And then you use 4 catastrophic blows. So that's burning down to, you've burnt 6 life now. Plus 1 for the 6-drop Goku. So you've burnt 7 life. On turn 5, the chances of a deck not being on, below 8 life is very low. But in case you need to do more damage, you can then use your leader surge effect to grab another catastrophic bow black from the drop, and 2 other cards of your choice, and then use 1 more, and that's 8 life. You're going down from 8 to 0 in 1 turn, all burn damage, which is really interesting, and you can't defend against it unless you can get that Goku off the board. I mean, you can counterplay the 6-drop, but only with a small amount of counterplay cards, and they're not and you're not going to be able to do that because of the cost and all that. But the 3-drop can be removed before it happens. If you don't do that, then there's 8 points of damage that are going to happen regardless. I think that's not a good thing. It's a fun gimmick, but I think that it can be done pretty consistently. So I feel like that's unintended. There shouldn't be that much burn damage without any interaction. I mean, even decks that are meant to be burn decks, like the Yamcha, like the Gohan, they have a lot of points of interaction that you can stop the burn. But this is pretty insane. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. We'll be back soon with some content about doing a UW block tournament. Thanks again to Kye Edmondston for the info. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe to keep up to date on all the Dragon Ball Super content. We want to thank Grand J Games for all their support and remind you to use the code CyberMen5 at grandjgames.com for 5% off all your singles needs. Cheers.